everybody, I'm Allie, if we haven't met. Today is Sunday, May 2nd, and welcome to my Y&R Chat vlog. Last week I opened up my video with a question to all of you, and the question was, what Y&R character do you most identify with? And I got so many great responses, like I was blown away. It was really cool to hear how you all feel about the characters and how you identify with them. It was really interesting. So thank you everybody for sharing. And I didn't answer the question last week because I wanted to really think about it. And I have. I watched the show all this week and I've thought about it. And I think there are two characters that I most identify with personally. And the first one is Michael. Because I think I'm a pretty good strategist. I'm a studier, I'm a thinker. I think that of a group of people, you know, if I'm with my friends or my family, I seem to always feel like I'm the rational one, which Michael definitely is. I'm very legal-minded, actually. I think I'm very protective in the same way that Michael is. And my sense of humor, probably maybe not so much in this vlog, but it's more sharp-witted, a little bit more subtle, if you've seen any of my other work. Also, I would never drive a red sports car. So me and Michael definitely have that in common. And, you know, also kind of on the downside, I think that I can be a little bit cold. Which again, probably not something you experience here in these videos, but and I can be uptight. I can be a little uptight. So those are the ways in which I kind of identify mostly with Michael. But also, I feel like I'm a lot like Nick too, because I'm a business person. I own my own business. I'm self-employed, so I think I'm a pretty capable business person. And then there's that side of my sense of humor that's playful and fun, like Nick. But I'm not afraid to throw punches. Me and Nick, you know, but both of us together, not afraid to get in a fight. Don't prefer to. My Michael side kicks in first, but then if I need to fight somebody, I'm all Nick. If I had a family, if I had children, I think that I would be definitely a family man. Like Nick, I'm a very attentive lover. But I can also be really dumb when it comes to love, because I love who I love and I feel what I feel, and not in an overly complex way, in a very kind of simple way, but very passionate, and I identify with Nick in that way too. I think, you know, on the scale of all of the personalities in Y&R, I think I identify a little bit with all of them, and, you know, I think all of the characters in some way, whether it's their personality or whether it's a situation that they're in, I think I identify with them all pretty much across the board. And that's why I like the show, that's why I watch it, that's why I keep watching it, and that's why I love it. So that's my answer to the question, and thank you again to everybody who shared their personal answers to that question too with me. So back to the show. May sweeps is upon us. It is coming. May is here, and there will be sweeping that will be taking place all month. And I think that both Patty and Sarah are going to be exposed this next coming week, if not very, very soon, because there are just too many cracks in the foundation of both of these stories. Patty completely screwed up the visit with Emily's brother. That was horrible. And so now Jack is more suspicious of her than ever. The police found Adam's cell phone in the basement of the athletic club, and it's really only a matter of time until they connect Patty to that. And now she's become this pawn in Sarah's game, allowing herself to be involved in this double murder plot, which I think even she knows is wrong. I mean, let me tell ya, Sarah makes Patty look sane. I mean, it's like Patty is chemically unstable and she's very insecure and she'll do anything to keep Jack, but I don't think that she's a murderer. You know, I don't think she's really a murderer. Sarah, on the other hand, is a psychopath. Pretty much cut and dry. She's a megalomaniac, and she's revenge-driven. So, I mean, I think they're different kinds of personalities, but Sarah's house of cards is feeling very unstable, too, and I think it's only a matter of time until she's brought down. Lauren had a chance to kill Sarah this week with the hunk of glass that she found in the cage, and she didn't seize it, and I don't understand why. And Lauren had this piece of glass behind her back, and then when Sarah came into the cage, Lauren got loose and then scraped Sarah's arm with the piece of glass, creating a mark that will allow us to be able to tell the difference between the two when the time comes. But I was thinking, why didn't you slit her throat? You know, do some real damage. I mean, you've got one chance. Try to kill the lady, or at least beat the crap out of her. I mean, if fake Lauren comes home, evil Lauren comes home and back to Genoa City and she's gotten the crap beat out of her, I think people would start asking questions. But Ryder finally broke down this week, and he was like this close to letting Lauren and Jana out of the cage, but he didn't have the freaking cage keys, which was a huge disappointment. By the way, I have an increasing desire to see Ryder naked. Now, I'm not saying I want to have sex with him or anything. I'm just saying that I want to see him naked, and then maybe having sex, like with Daniel. That would be kind of hot. But Daisy's all over that. Daisy is all over the Daniel. She somehow got out of murdering Lauren this week, and instead she got to drug Daniel and have sex with him. By the way, what was that powder that she put in his drink, and where can I get some? Meanwhile, Sarah is off improvising a new plan to murder Lauren, which will no doubt lead to her undoing too. And then we have the little D connection, which I have to admit I was a little bit annoyed that they shot those scenes in the past with Sarah, like trying to establish that she was, connected to Amber and to Deacon into the past, and so they shot these scenes of Sarah, whom at the time we assumed was Sheila, just both of these scenes, just sitting in the same place and her on the cell phone, now, connecting her to the Taroni and Deacon and all of that, and then little D and the threat with him, and it just made me feel like, the show really wasn't planning to go in that direction. It was sort of tacked on, and now we've got the whole Amber and little D storyline coming out, and it feels tacked on. And I'm tired of the same old argument between Amber and Daniel. It feels like, we've been there. And I'm assuming that it has something to do with the very sad news that Adrienne Franz is going to be leaving the show, Amber. I'm really sad about that. I enjoy her character. I think she brings a lot of freshness and fashion and fun to the show, and it's going to be sad to not have her. I really don't want to lose her. Does anyone know anything more about that? As always, casting spoilers are completely welcome. I love hearing those. So leave me a comment and let me know what you think about all of this. Neil still looks good without a shirt. He was at Ashley's this week with his shirt off, and he had a six-pack. I mean, the guy still looks good. Maybe it was a four-pack, but it still looked really good. And Tucker waltzes right in on Neil and Ashley's romantic evening and offers Ashley that a deal that what could she even possibly want more, to be the CEO of Jabo, which I think was a perfect choice and a perfect ending to that, unless your name is Jill. If your name was Jill, that choice was not preferred. But I like Tucker and Ashley. I think that there is a good dynamic there. It seemed like when they recast the role of Tucker, they took him away from Jill and sort of started giving him to Ashley, and I wonder if they're trying to shift now the triangle back to Tucker, Ashley, and Jill, and then maybe move Neil back into the winter scene and into a triangle with Malcolm's fiance, which I'm perfectly fine with. I want Neil to be happy and maybe with a new girl. So, speaking of the Winters, Kane and Lily found out this week that the twins that they're having are a boy and a girl, but Lily couldn't really enjoy it. It was very sad. She's facing the fact that she still has the cancer and that she's going to have to go back through chemo unless she does this experimental therapy that Olivia suggested, which it seems might put the babies at risk, but might hurt her or help her. So, at it's a very tough and interesting choice, and I'm interested to see where that is gonna go. In the meantime, at least Lily has Kane to lean on, and did anyone notice that Kane has a sexy new haircut? He has it's kind of like got this like chunk at the base of his head, like it's a little longer just at the base of his neck, and then the sides are like short and sexy and tight. And then he's got like this kind of bouffant, kind of like 1950s greaser bouffant kind of going on with like these sexy little tendrils hanging out over his face, and it just looks all good. Okay, well, those are my thoughts for now. I hope that you guys are enjoying the show and that you're having a fantastic week. Don't forget to check out my website at buttonhead.org, and I will see you next time. Bye!